So hey, what's up you guys, this is Zaid Mutala for ZHM Entertainment, and I'm here today on site at Cosmic Comics with my man Shane. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, good man, how you guys doing?
All good, man. I'm sure everyone's amazing, everyone's just amazing out there. Now, I'm a little bit tongue-tied because something amazing has happened to me here at Cosmic Comics. Now, most of you would know that I am a major Batman fan, but more than that, I'm a major Batman black and white fan, right?
Yeah.
So what's the latest thing that Cosmic Comics has brought in? What do we have?
Okay, so DC's longest run of the black and white statues. So now they've just started the black and white action figure series.
Yes.
So this is, they are numbered. There's a 1, there's 2, there's 3. We don't have any 1s left.
Yeah.
And they're based on different artists. So this is Jim Lee.
Yes, this is Greg Capullo.
Yep.
And the first one, number 1 in this line, was by Bob Kane. So
there we go.
yeah, there's a picture of it over there, right? So yeah, now I've been a Batman black and white collector for many years, and I've gotten quite a few of the statues in the line. But at heart, I am in fact a action figure collector. That's how I started. So to have my favorite line of statues now brought down, scaled down rather, into action figure form, well, that's something amazing indeed. But that does raise an interesting question. I mean, you have this amazing line of statues. Now I'm pointing in that direction because the display is actually there, right? I'll show you that there just now. But what's really awesome about the whole thing is that now you actually have the action figures. So the question is, how do the action figures stack up against the black and white statue line? So what are your initial impressions?
Well, I think they're pretty awesome. I mean, it's an action figure, so obviously it's going to have the joints in there. But I think they've done quite a good job. I mean, they are awesome. And remember, there's a big price difference. I mean, a statue can go for anything from, well, a black and white Batman statue, anything from 1.2 to 1.6. And they only come out every, like, maybe 6 or 7 months.
Just going to turn over there so you guys can see. That is the display over there, but we'll go closer just now for you, right?
So, I mean...
just a second, just want to move this box so we can arrange the camera properly. There
so
we
for
go.
the same price, you can buy roughly 3 figures. So what's cool about this is it should come out a lot faster because, remember, that's their longest running line. So they've probably been going for, I don't know, let's call it 8 years, 9 years, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's quite long.
So they've got a lot of statues that
actually, it's longer. I think it's 20 years. It's 20 years of black and white. It says over here on the box.
So that's a lot of figures they're going to release.
Sure, that's a lot of statues.
That is a lot, and it's going to be a lot of figures. So obviously, that's pretty awesome. So you don't have to wait 2 years for a statue to come out, or 8 months. I mean, I'm guessing that these are going to come out every like 3-4 months.
Well, here's hoping, you know.
So yeah.
Okay, so these are going to be available at Cosmic Comics. You will be able to chat to Shane and friends over here about getting this line, getting in early on it. I know I will be. But just for today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a live unboxing of one of these. Which one?
Let's open the Jim Lee.
The Jim Lee, okay. Jim Lee, one of my favorite artists, so it'll be
Batman Hush.
Yes. Oh, what an amazing series, right? So we're going to unbox the Jim Lee action figure from the Batman black and white line of action figures. So let's see, right? So Shane, you were saying to me earlier that that's right. Okay, right. Thanks. I might hurt myself, right? So you were saying to me earlier that this has been a very polarizing line. You know, some people were very excited about it. Some people were a little bit apprehensive about it. So one of the criticisms, of course, would be, why are they doing something that they've done before?
So the big thing about the figures, I'm not 100% sure, but the big thing about the figures is a lot of guys are complaining because they're saying that aren't these repaints of earlier figures that they brought out. So there's a Batman Hush series that came out. So a lot of guys are saying, but isn't this a repaint of that figure?
I don't know. I actually have that figure.
So we have to compare the figures. I don't have mine here either. Mine's obviously my comic room. But and the figures are bigger.
I think they are because from the scale wise, I know typically like DC collectibles figures are more in that 5 to 6 inch scale. You know, this here looks closer to the 7-inch scale. I know you're breaking the box. No. You never ever do that. What is wrong with you? No, don't do that.
Do you check the box?
Yeah, I'm a hoarder. I have issues. Okay, you can't do things like that.
That's space for more action figures.
What is wrong with you?
No, throw it away.
Jesus de Cristo. Shane.
Are you one of the guys? Don't. Do you keep figures sealed in the packaging?
No, but I mean,
I'm
not that bad.
Okay.
But
You just
what
want
is
the
wrong
boxes.
with you, savage? Jesus. Right, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know he was going to do that.
I'm one of those guys that when I open up the figures, I'll display the figure, throw the box away, and later I'll have a look and half the stuff's missing.
Yeah. So you're
yes,
that guy.
I'm
You're
that guy. I'm that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So here's what we have here, right? We have the okay. No, I don't trust you anymore. I'm just gonna do it myself, right? Okay, Shane. Shit, I've lost like some respect for you. I cannot believe you just do that. My God. Okay, but now if we do it the way I normally do, we're gonna be here forever. So just for this one time,
I've actually got a.
Oh, okay, he's got a standing blade. Okay.
Yeah,
There we go. Right, you're such a savage. I won't lie. That's like your poor wife. Okay, so as is the case with all Batman black and white statues, it does have the trademark base, right?
Yes.
So the base is normally like an oval, and this one here is more circular. So that's already a slight departure, right?
Yes.
It's not numbered at the top, but it does have a sort of like a code of it. I don't know if you can see it, right? So that's pretty cool.
What's interesting about the base is on the black and white statues, all the first editions have a black rim, and then when they're really popular, when they started doing second editions, the rim's white.
Yes, I've seen that.
So I wonder if these figures are really popular, they'll probably re-release them, but with a white base.
That would be cool. That would be cool. So you could actually differentiate, right? Okay. So some people out there are already judging us because they're like, you know what? Some people believe that the second you take a figure out of the packaging, it already loses like a hell of a lot of its value, right? But I do believe that the point of action figure is, of course, action, you know?
Yeah.
So let's just see. So we can get it out of here, and this is the figure out of packaging. So it's got a lot of these little rubber bands and stuff to hold it in place. Yeah. Okay, now it's out, right? So yeah, I can't believe you were just gonna like lift the box up that way. What is it? I can't really. Okay, so here we have the figure, right?
Okay, so
first time seeing this thing.
Let's see if he stands.
Let's see. Okay, tell you what, if I break it, I buy it, right? So let's see. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just tilt the camera just a wee bit here so you can see. What are your first impressions?
So that's pretty cool. The cape's very heavy. So the thing with these figures is after a while, hopefully it doesn't pull back and damage the feet or anything. But I mean, it's a pretty cool figure. There it is there. What do you think?
Okay, so let's see, right? So as is always the case when I do my reviews, I talk about the aesthetics and the age factor, right? So we'll start with the aesthetics. Now when we talk about aesthetics, we're talking about the overall visual appeal of a piece, right? And in a case like this, we'll look at the paint work, we look at the sculpting, and we look at what they're doing with the overall build quality, right? So when you look at the paint work, okay, it's a black and white piece. So as you would imagine, it's black, it's white, it's grey, it has those shadings. So and you would expect that. But then from the statues, you know that they do have the shading and they do have the different textures and whatnot. And when you look at this figure over here, I don't really see so much of shading per se, you know, so it is a basic action figure, but it is very much, it's identical, say for the size, I think, because I know that like my normal action figure, the previous release, relative to my hand was slightly smaller, but over here, it's considerably, this is taller, you know, it's taller, it's slightly broader, if that makes sense, you know. So visually, I would have to say I'm very, very impressed with it. And it looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy with, just first impressions, I'm very, very happy with it. I do think that I did something wrong here with the pin. Let's just see, is that slightly better? Yes, it is. There we go, right? So it looks amazing. In terms of articulation, not a hell of a lot going on there. You must remember, this is one of those, it's based on the sculpt of an older figure. So when we look at the points of articulation, it's articulated here by the knees, it's articulated here at the hips. There is no waist
These figures
swivel.
As well are more for display. So
I would think so, yeah.
If kids get a hold of them, they usually break, the pins break off and that.
Yes.
These are for display. They're not to be played with really. They did do a line before this where the figures were smaller and you could obviously pose them more. But it looks like they're going back to the bigger line. I'm sure this is the same size that they had before 5 years ago when they went to the smaller line.
Right.
So with the smaller line, the figures were more posable and they came with more stuff.
Oh, okay.
Where
In terms of
these,
accessories,
so these are bigger, but then they don't come with stuff. There's no
Right.
back rings and
Right.
and-
I really like it though. I'm very happy with how it looks. And just to finish up over there with articulation, it is articulated at the shoulders over here at the elbow. No wrist articulation. It is articulated here at the neck. Go up about that far, comes down not too much, but it can go around over there. So all in all, articulation wise, visual appeal, aesthetically, very happy with it, right? But of course, the next part of it is the age factor. Now, the age factor is a generic standard that we use to assess the degree to which a figure makes one go ish with excitement or
ish
with disappointment, right? Also known as the Shane effect, right? So, my bad, right? It's because he's sick today, I'm taking advantage of him, right? Okay, so when you see this scene, now this has been a very anticipated figure. Now, when you see it in person, what goes through your mind?
No, well, it's something that I definitely collect because I think it would look very cool if you had like all of them out.
Yeah.
Just say you had like 10 or 15 of these. So, no, it's a very cool figure, but I think it's one of those where once you get a whole lot of them, it'll look amazing.
It'll really pop
Yeah,
up.
it's going to look very, very cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen some of the guys' collections with the black and white Batman
Yes,
statues.
yes.
Some guys have like 30, 40 of them, and they've got them very nicely displayed, obviously with lights and that, and they look very, very awesome. The black and white series is basically supposed to be different artists' styles of Batman. That's what it is, and that's why it's been so successful, because these are all the guys that have worked on Batman at some stage. So that's what this. I'm
This
assuming
line of
that's what this is going to be. Yeah.
I also think that what's really impressive about it is that, I mean, Hush, for example, right? Now Hush was one of it's one
massive.
of the, if not the quintessential Batman story
Like an
for the modern
evergreen.
era,
Yeah.
So and evergreen, I like that.
Yeah.
You can always get into that. And unfortunately, when these figures came out, they came out so quickly and they sold out so quickly. Now it's as popular. It's as easily accessible as hen's teeth, because it's not accessible at all. So I think for those of us who are newer collectors, or those of us who missed out the first time, this will be a nice way to get these actual figures, because I think they're bringing out some of the best figures ever, of the characters. So I think that this will be a nice way to actually get into that sort of collecting as a whole, just looking at the Capullo one, I know this one over here was a major seller with the new 52 line of statues, comics, when that came out,
52,
this was a major seller as well. So, the odds of most of us getting one of them might have been a bit tough, but now to actually be able to get this over here, that's also cool. And what I also like is, I would like to say that if you are someone who likes to keep your figures in display packaging, because it has this window display box over here, you can actually see the entire figure, in display. So you could have like a wall, you could have a wall with all this in display.
Or what you could do is you could have it on display like that, where you just
like what they do with the Marvel Select.
Yeah, so you could do that as well. But these are very awesome.
I'm happy with it. So I would have to say that this particular figure over here, this particular line as a whole, is very, very promising. And from me, it elicits a resounding ish. What you get from you?
Ish.
To the sun. Ish. Ah, there we go. Right? There we go. Yeah. So I have absolutely no hesitation with recommending it. There are no points that I would be worried about, in terms of the figure itself, though I would suggest that I have some other figures by DC Collectibles. When you're taking it out of packaging, just be a bit gentle, because now and then you do hear stories of DC Collectibles breaking out of packaging.
The best thing is to use the scissors or something and cut it out. Just go slowly, because it shouldn't break, but
just in case it does. Right, so these are available at Cosmic Comics right now. I do believe that stock is limited. So you want to reach out to them. We're going to have details down below, as is always the case. And you can find them on Facebook. It's Cosmic Comics South Africa. Available there. So thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you guys soon.
Awesome.